It's a BumbleKast Mini, sponsored by Dawson the Dachshund.
It bothers me how Silver casually hangs out in the past without considering how it affects his future. It's especially worrying since we don't know Silver's family or if his actions now might change his lineage later. What I'm getting at is, what are the odds that Silver's about to accidentally date his own grandmother and pull a Philip J. Fry? Does Silver have any precautions for the possibility of descending from himself?
He's from 200 years in the future. I think at that distance, he's not really going to be able to affect things that way. Like, even if he does pull a Fry, it's so far down the line. I think his brainwaves will be intact, and he's not going to be able to help Nibbler in any kind of alien battles.
Yeah. It's like, it takes a couple cycles, a couple generations for it to really set in. So, yeah, I think he'll be fine.
You can fit at least 3 generations into a century,
Yeah.
Even more if you're really proactive. So, he's fine.
Yeah, he's good. Not like you'd know this, but it's fun to speculate. In episode 2 of Sonic X, Cream and Cheese are trapped in Area 51, or whatever the equivalent was, and are being examined in a big glass tube by a scientist. When the tube scans Cream and Cheese, I guess thermals, X-ray, CAT scans, etc., the scientists look up at the results and gasp! We never follow up on this. What did they see? What's up with Cream and Cheese?
They are found to be the cutest little buttons ever.
There we go. That's right. Sonic had to Naruto run to save them into Area 51.
Pure concentrated cuteness. That's like weapon grade cute. My God.
Yeah. It's true. Toy Story is heartwarming. Toys come to life and take care of their child. It's also cosmic horror. Toys with pre-written backstories remember them like reality and have their existences shattered by the truth. So, if the Sonic cast, or rather, toys of the Sonic cast, woke up in a 7-year-old's bedroom, could any of them cope with their lives being lies and their new destiny as a child's plaything? Would any of them even accept the truth or go in denial like Buzz? What is that like?
I imagine Sonic would roll with it eventually. Like, maybe there's some initial shock, but Sonic is Sonic. He will face whatever adversity or destiny that's thrown before him and live life his own way. And that's why you keep losing your Sonic figures, because they come to life and they run off to have adventures.
Yeah, but
Eggman,
would he like not? Would he still live by the law of a toy where you can't act alive around a child?
See, I don't know how hard and fast those rules are, because it seems like it's almost a reflex. The way that the movie's presented, but they can willfully go against it.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's something that you actively have to fight against. I'm not going to dive too deep into the Toy Story lore on this one. I'm just saying. Toy Eggman, I imagine, would, rail against his fate, and that's why you keep losing a sock, because he's stealing it just to spite you.
Rude. Yeah, Toy Story lore is weird.
And yeah, you thought you'd change the batteries in that remote, but he changed them back in the night. He'll show you.
Rude. Oh, man. It's just as bad as living with Boom Eggman.
It's especially impressive given that, none of his toys have knee joints.
It's true. It's the one toy you can never find. It's always gone. Tangle were a toy. I don't think she'd care.
That's just an excuse to play more. It's what she's been born to do.
Pretty much. Would Whisper even care? I don't know. I don't think she would. I don't know. Hard to say. Blaze is hanging with Styx the Badger because Silver has been stressing her out, rambling something about genetic paradox and demanding blood tests. Suddenly, Styx cups Blaze's face in her hand, stares deep into her big green eyes, leans in really close, and just as the Soul Empress is about to learn something new about herself, Styx says, Wow, lady, you got a real bad case of resting female dog face. How does Blaze react to this new information? And would you agree?
When you're royalty, it just means you're regal. And Blaze will be confused because that's not her species and she's never heard that expression, so she has no idea what Styx is talking about, which is probably for the best.
Probably. Huh? Very confused, yes. And here's another question. No, none of y'all take this seriously. Numerical ages of the Sonic cast aren't canon anymore, but people still want to know their general age group. How can we have the big runs for president fanfic when we don't know if Sonic can vote? Luckily, I found the perfect test to determine if someone is ethically, practically, and legally a child. So tell me, Ian, of the Sonic cast, who still drinks the chalky milk? Bonus points if they call it chalky milk.
That's a terrible litmus test because that's everybody.
I was going to say.
Like, Amy says it to be cute. Sonic manages to make it sound cool. Shadow calls it that because that's what Maria called it, and that's what he thinks it's called. Eggman's going to do it because Sonic made it sound cool, and he's going to prove how cool he is by having the chalky milk himself. It's, And are you going to correct Knuckles?
No.
He enjoys his chalky milk, and if you, snicker about it, you go off that island, buddy.
He's going to correct you with his fists.
Exactly.
Don't you dare chuckle at his chalky milk. Surgeon Kit, of course. Kit has to like it because Surge said so.
Exactly.
Yeah, and Silver's just amazed that milk is even a thing, much less chalky milk. It's time to give what everybody in the Sonic fandom has been hoping for. Folks say there's plenty of fish in the sea, but Sonic's about to find so much more because now he's getting his own harem of seals. Not Nermy seals, just regular old northern fur seals. He inherited them from Vector's will. When did Vector die? Now tasked with taking care of 35 barking beauties, how does Sonic take to being a proud pinniped papa?
Just to be clear here, a harem is the term for a group of seals.
Correct.
Just like a murder of crows or
yes,
pack of wolves, waddle of geese. You have a harem of seals.
A harem of seals is literally what it's called, yes.
There's a bunch of weird ones out there. Anyway.
Apparently it's pronounced harem? Harem? I don't
really?
know. No, that can't be right. No, the harem of seals is funnier. That ruins the joke. Come on.
Regardless. He's got a bunch of seals.
Yes.
And he'll do what he does with every major responsibility that requires upkeep. He'll hand it off to Tails.
You're right.
Who looks after Sonic's plane? Tails.
Yeah.
Who maintains a roof and some kind of place for Sonic to rest and eat? Tails. Who's going to be looking after all them seals? Tails.
Who ends up with a harem out of nowhere? Tails. What can I say? Sonic, the deadbeat father. Yeah, that tracks. Your Valentine's one-shot, Everybody Loves Shadow, sold like hotcakes, and now there's demand for a sequel. Everybody loves Amy. Suddenly, all the mainline Sonic XBs, Metal, Sonic, Shadow, Jet, and Surge, have their eyes and hearts set on the pink hedge with the Pico. How does this story go? Will Amy give up her quest for Sonic's prime rib when she can have all these White Castle sliders? Dawson, why are you making me say these words? And also, where's
Phrasing?
Where's Blaze on that list?
So I imagine it's a ever-escalating escape act. She assumes Metal Sonic is coming to capture her for Eggman's scheme yet again, but no, he's down on one knee. That's not right.
That's weird. Pico right in the face.
Shadow performs a flying kick, and she says, thanks for the assist. And he turns around, anything for you. Okay, no, super weird. Time to go.
Another Pico to
Jet
the face.
swings by to give her a lift. Thanks, Jet. That's oddly out of character. Anything for you? Okay, no, hopping off right here. They're closing in. Surge comes in, throws down lightning, grabs her hand, runs her to safety. She's like, oh, thank goodness. I'm glad that for the assist. Also for you turning over a new leaf. And Surge is like, anything for you. And it's like, oh, for the love of God. All she wants to do is, really just find Sonic so they can have their nice prime rib date,
Yeah.
It's a very expensive restaurant. Had to wait months for reservations.
It's true. Yep. It's true. All right, I feel like someone's going to ask this anyway, so I might as well bite the bullet. How do some of the Sonic gang deal with a first kiss? Are they the kisser or the kissee? We'll skip the shipping drama by making the person on the other end of those lips a mystery smoocher. And on an unrelated note, I'm particularly interested in Tangle's first kiss and Whisper's first kiss for reasons.
Not to be difficult,
feel like
but
we've done this.
It's probably somewhere somehow, but we're 7 years old now with thousands of questions answered.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm older than 7 at this point. I don't act like it, but yes.
Anyway, not to be difficult, but I think it would kind of depend on who the other individual kiss correspondent is, because some will be more initiative than others. I can see, like on a Sonic and Amy thing, Amy being the first to act rather than Sonic, but in maybe a Sonic and Tangle scenario, it would be Sonic to act first. I think it really depends on the individual character and what the situation is even. You could, part of the fun of any kind of romantic first step is the surprise of it, the commitment to the moment. So you could have a fun subversion where you have the character that you think is going to take the first move, like Tangle, and instead have them be the receiver of someone who you would imagine would be more passive about it, like, say, Whisper, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Not to conflate the two in any particular way.
Bwop, bwop, bwop. Hashtag knowing smile.
You can smile all you want, buddy.
I'm smiling. But that's just because I'm weird and giggly all the time. You know that. All right. Now we're doing this one. Sonic has had enough. All of these villains taking advantage of his kindness to cause untold mayhem and suffering has driven him to his breaking point. He is sick of constantly letting them go. They have to pay. So, from now on, if Sonic catches a villain doing unapologetic evil, he is going to spank the ever-loving crap out of them. Doesn't matter if you're petty thugs like the Tumble Twins or the Doctor himself, you're getting hunted down, bent over the knee, and taking 50 whaps at the speed of sound. Sonic's about to tan those booties raw. So, how does this shift of character affect the story? And what are some villain reactions to the hand of justice? Why did I have to read this question again?
I think it adds a certain je ne sais quoi to the query.
All right. Sure. We'll go with that.
Also, depending on what kind of fanfics you read, Amy might turn supervillain at this point.
I have not. What fanfics are you reading?
None, but I know the internet, Kyle. I know the treacherous waters. I've looked at the map and I know that there be monsters.
If you know so much, then what are you doing here? Oh wait, you're the one getting the questions asked to you. That's right.
Exactly. I'm imparting wisdom.
You know all the answers. Got it. Of course, you know all the answers. That's why we're doing this show about questions.
Exactly.
Yes.
I can't validate the validity of any of these answers, but I will give answers all the same.
I mean, validate some of them. But yeah. Anyway, are we going to answer this question?
I would question Sonic's methodology here, because if he does this to Metal Sonic, he's going to break his wrist.
Ouch. Man. Yeah, Metal Sonic's like... Metal Sonic is very much I feel like he is not. He would be the one that's like, okay, not that one.
I mean, he could try it on Shadow, and Shadow's just gonna like inverse and do it back to him, and it's gonna like be this perpetual thing, which I'm sure is another fanfic out there somewhere.
Uh-huh.
It's practically useless on Eggman because never mind those like armored wading pants he's got on, but he's got enough cushioning. He's not going to feel a damn thing. It's complete. Spanking is completely ineffective. It just doesn't work.
Mm-hmm. Just in general.
Maybe he tried it once, and that's why we don't see Fang anymore.
Oh no! What about on Starline? Oh wait, no, hold on, no. Starline. The problem is that Starline would be way into it.
Well, Starline got spanked once, and we saw how that went. It only took the one time.
Uh-huh.
Now, granted, it was a rock that did it, but still.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. I don't know if Surge would even, like, let him do it. I think
that she can also, like, electrify on contact, so he's going to be, blasting himself more than anything.
Yeah, pretty much. Once again, Dawson is this Dawson has cursed us. Well, on that note, Ian, we're gonna end on a literal high note. When Silver's feeling down for multiple not disgusting bloodline reasons, he likes to sing a song he learned from the past, or present, or whatever. A song about seeing the world as it is and finding beauty. A song about wondering what it really means to have a dream. A song that is best sung with a banjo, and you know what? Blaze has learned to play just for him. So, Ian, can you, as Silver, sing Rainbow Connection? Please don't skip on the la-di-da-di-do-do-da-doos, or whatever the lyric is.
Well, you can't. That's part of the song.
I know. I was going to say, yes.
Find the silver voice. Find the silver voice. Throat's a little tight today. Come on, little silver blue boy. Let's get out there. All right, here we go. There's so many songs about rainbows and what's on the other side. Rainbows are visions, but only illusions, and rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish would be heard and answered when wished on the morning star? Somebody thought of that, and someone believed it. Look what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? And what do you think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of us under its spell, we know that it's probably magic. Have you been half asleep, and have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet sound that calls the young sailors, the
voice might be one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Da 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 dee dee da, da 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 dee da da doo.
Bravo. Bravo.
Thank you for Dawson the Doxing for sponsoring this BumbleKast Mini. If you want one of your own, head over to patreon.com/BumbleKast, Ko-fi.com/BumbleKast, or become a YouTube member. Be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and we will see you next time on The Bumble Connection.
Catch you on the other side of the rainbow.